Welcome everyone to my walkthrough of Monster Hunter World. We'll cut the menus and jump right on into a new game.
Sisters and brothers of the Fifth Fleet, it's time. I'll keep my farewell brief. Never was much with words. Once you board this ship, there's no turning back. The next ground your feet will touch will be that of the New World. If any of you have lost your nerve, then step away now, and let no one judge you. Very well. Then sail safe and strong, and may the Sapphire Star light your way.
Alright, so we're a part of the Fifth Fleet. And how it works is the commission from the old world. They send a fleet over to the new world, which we're going now, every time an Elder Dragon crosses the ocean to the new world. And that happens once every 10 years. So the people that we're going to meet up with have been on the island up to 50 years. Now this is rather a strange culture. You see people testing out hunting gear and
did you hear?
talking amongst themselves about monsters.
You ready to
and
grab
whatnot.
this new world by the horns? Don't know about you. It feels like ages since I left home to join the commission. So, nervous? Believe you me, I get it. Anything could happen to us, but hey, that's happened.
Hey, aren't you one of the A-list hunters?
What? No way! So are we! Hey, tell us your name.
So, how about a toast?
To the A-list! And the commission!
Cheers!
So, tell me, what's your theory? The Elder Dragons must migrate to the New World for some reason.
The chill is paradise.
After running the research commission for 40-odd years, the guild's itching for an answer. They
I'd say after
the
40
Fifth
years
Fleet's got
they'd
the
be
best shot
quite
at cracking
pissed
this
that
case.
there's no answer
I
as to
agree.
what's going
Keep it
on.
down. Hey, speaking of, A-listers usually operate in teams of 2. Have you sat down with your partner yet?
Oh no. It looks like our partner's the witty one.
Listen to that. Getting rough out there. The waves are picking up. And that's gotta mean landfall. You're on the A-list, right? Huh. Meowdy-do. I'm not psychic, but I do have pretty good ears. Ah, put her there. I happen to be an A-lister myself. Oh, whoa!
Troubles brewing. Alright. Now this is the Elder Dragon that we were tracking across the ocean. This is Zoro Magdaros. I don't know how they lost track of him and allowed him to get underneath them, but hey. I'm kidding. So here we are on the back of Zoro Magdaros. this is a pretty cool introduction.
Anybody
You get
there?
right into something that's lore heavy, make you that kind of
hey,
grips you,
it's you!
makes you want to play this game
Look
more.
what happened to the ship!
Like I said, this is Monster Hunter. We're on the back of a giant
We have
monster.
to do something!
And I want to hunt it.
It's not safe here! This way!
Well, there goes our ride.
We need to get out of here! I've got an idea! This way!
I actually think we're fairly
Watch
safe.
yourself.
We're close to land. This creature's going to the land. Oh, that's something that happens sometimes when Zoro Megaros goes to stand up and sit down. Sometimes you'll lose your grip and you just slip on down. But this creature's going to land, and we are insignificant compared to the size of Zoro Megaros. We're like a fleet. So it probably doesn't even notice that he has hitchhikers on top of him. So we can just chill up here, dodge the molten rock,
Oh, wow, wyverns!
wait till he hits landfall,
My first
hop on
encounter
off.
filled with so much packing! Shoot! No! The ground's moving again!
First glimpse of the magnificent beast himself.
Time to hitch a ride and get off this thing! Come on, let's go!
Alright. Wyvern had to fly so close to his mouth. See, landfall. Yeah, I
The
know.
new world!
It is a pretty new world.
No!
Yeah, this thing's a one-seater. See, we could have hopped off there. We wouldn't have been too far away from where we are now.
What's this? Somebody must have set up this camp.
How convenient.
I found this in the tent. It has a map in it. Well, part of one at least.
Oh, how convenient. We just happen to land at a campsite,
Looks like
which
we're
just
right around
happens
here.
to have a map that tells us where to
The
go.
Research Commission's base of operations is here. This is where our ship was supposed to dock. For now, I think it would be best if we make our way to base. The map should help us find our way.
Just look at that. There's very few games that you step out and you see the world and you know that, alright, this is something special. And this game is something special.
Look, the Research Commission's headquarters. Come on, let's get going.
Alright, now I'm just going to run over here. You can get additional dialogue with the handler, but we're going to skip it. She just talks about how the
According
wildlife
to the map,
is the
to
same
get to
as the old
HQ, we
world.
need to...
So she
I had
tells
the
you
scout flies
that
memorize my scent earlier.
the scout flies
If you lose sight of me,
there.
just
So
follow the scout flies, and they'll lead you right to me.
if you were to get lost, then the scout flies will light up and make a trail straight to her. And this is the first monster of the game, the Jaguarus, or as the community calls them, the Jaggy. They're pretty weak. They are pack hunters. If you down one, the others will run, with the exception of if a great
Easy there.
Jaguarus is with them, then they'll stick
Don't pick a
around.
fight if you don't have a weapon.
Sometimes
You
fight,
need to hide.
sometimes they'll
Come on,
run.
this way. Hurry!
Depends on if the Jaguarus like does a shout or whatnot. Now, when I first played this game, this glitched out on me. I'm talking about like several times.
Quietly.
I tried to play the game for like an hour,
Okay, the coast is clear.
restarting
Let's get going
this
while we
over
still
and
can.
over again. What would happen is I would go and I would hide in the bush. The Jaguarus would come up to me. They would see the bush. They would they would, I guess, it would chime that they seen
Nothing
me.
can stop us.
Then they would drop aggro and go to walk off, and then be alerted to me again and walk back up and just continue to cycle back and forth with the bush. And it took me forever to get to where that stopped. I don't know if other people had the same problem as me, but I don't know what was going on. So I'm gonna wait for it to
What is
come
this
up.
track?
What is this track?
Look!
Alright.
There's
Now
more
go
over there.
back.
Let's check it out.
She couldn't follow me, even though I picked up the track. That's going to be the first large monster that we hunt.
Don't mind me.
Might be a couple episodes because this is just going to be these cutscenes
This way,
and us
hurry.
getting gear
Okay,
and then
let's go.
setting up for the first
Move.
mission. So now we're near town. We get attacked.
That is not good. What are you waiting for?
Now
Get
that
over here.
giant furry pink T-Rex is an Angenop.
Come on!
He is going to be a bully. That's going to be, I guess, the first real big obstacle that we face in the game. Every time we see the Angenop, we have to run. I just want to point out how ineffective that is. I could have just squeezed in or under
You all right?
that gate.
Let's go.
Okay. Wow.
Amazing, ain't it? Just look at this gate. It's like nature meant for us to build a stair right here.
Stara. I like it.
Alright, this is the main hub
rest of the fifth are
for
already
the
here.
game. We will spend 90% of our time
You're the
here.
last to arrive.
when we're not out in the field hunting monsters.
Okay, set him down here. Take it
You'll
nice
need to
and
tape up your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it.
Yay,
right back.
we made it.
You're alive.
Had it rough, huh? When we couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
You scared us. We were talking about going out to look for you.
Which I don't know why. It's
All's
not
well
like
that ends
these
well.
guys are all like
Hey, we need a hand.
schoolmates or something. They
Sorry.
literally
Come on.
just met. You know,
Catch you later.
I would have written them off as a casualty. Some people had to have died on that boat when
This
it
here's our trade
overturned.
yard. I guess the name says it all.
Look at all the people. The stuff.
Incredible, right? We've got it
I
all.
believe so. This is a
We've got hunters to
for
do
a
all the
makeshift
exploring,
town is pretty nice.
scholars
but
to do the
again,
research,
they've had
technicians
50
to keep them going.
years to
This
work on
place
this.
is the beating heart of the commission. Wait here a sec. Commander, I found him.
All right, and this is the commander. He's part of the first fleet, so he has been here for 50 years. And the field hunter
Welcome to
has he was born here. Now the field hunter said that he found us. He didn't really have to travel far, did he? He just literally walked out and we were attacked. It's nothing that, you know, I couldn't have handled if
Your
I had any
reputation
kind
has
of
preceded
equipment,
you.
but the equipment is here. Alright, so the commander is saying that our Palico washed up before
Well,
we came
off you go.
and is somewhere in Astera.
Okay,
So now
I'll give you the grand tour.
we're going to look
Let's
for
start by looking for your Palico.
our Palico, which
This
I named
is our
Umbra,
stockpile.
which
They
is
carry most of the basic necessities.
what
You should drop by
Noctis's
later to see what they have.
dog companion was in Final Fantasy 15.
Next is the smithy. It's this way.
Oh, the smithy. We will be
Over here.
neglecting the smithy a lot in this run. I'm not going to craft every set of armor. I'll show off what the armors look like, but I'm just crafting the
commission's
necessities
fifth
to
fleet, right?
push me forward. So anything
The old
that's
man
going
in
to
charge, my
grant me
grandfather was
power,
with the first.
that's going
That was a
to
long time ago.
allow me to kill the monsters
Not with any
faster.
fleets.
That's what I'm going
Born
to
and bred
craft.
right here.
Other than that, I
Never even been to the old world.
I'm just going to do the main missions and the optional missions so I can unlock everything from the canteen, unlock all the little bonus stuff in the town, and yeah.
Here's our smithy. This is where you can craft weapons and armor. You'll
But
be
it
here
looks
a lot.
cool.
Wow! Look at this place. Want to check it out?
And the smith is
Ooh, It's toasty in
second
here.
fleet master.
Want to get going?
The canteen?
You'll
I'm
find
so
out
there.
that the third fleet master is currently missing.
Over here.
And this is a pretty cool little canteen. Like I
This
said,
here's
I
our
love
canteen.
the aesthetics.
Hey,
And
over there.
is visually appealing to have like the muscular chef run this, and the palicos are there. You see these giant barrels of beer, and you got all this meat. All
I
of this
knew you'd pull
meat.
through.
There's tons of meat in this game for everyone to consume.
Right. We're calling for a council. Come on.
All right,
Yeah.
reunion time is over.
Now that you are all here, let us begin council. After tracking a migrating elder dragon across the sea, the Fifth Fleet have finally arrived in Astera. Give them a warm welcome. They're a fine group, worthy comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, sir. We're ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
This here is the Commission's core team. You should all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
Now, down to business. The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing is known as Zora Magdaros, a huge monster with a mountain of fire upon its back.
Mountain of Fire.
The Research Commission's job is to discover
Call
exactly
that a
why
volcano.
the Elder Dragons are migrating to the New World.
Elder dragons have been with us since the dawn of time, altering the ecosystem, reshaping the land, leaving disaster in their wake. Once every decade or so, they flock to this continent. But for what reason?
With the Fifth's help, we will find the missing link.
Here, here.
Now we're talking!
Hunters, for the time being, I need you to focus on
They're
investigating
pretty
our Jagras
optimistic.
problem.
Like I
and
said,
securing
some of
Astera.
these people have been here
Start
for
by
50
investigating
years,
the
but
Jagras' habitat.
the
Find out
bare
what makes them
minimum
tick,
that they've been
and we'll
here
go
is
from there.
10 years.
Right. We're on it,
So
sir.
10 years, and
Everyone
this
else,
new fleet's
you
going
know
to
the
come
drill.
and solve all
Make
the
sure
problems.
these hunters have everything they need.
Now we're talking!
You two, make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good teachers, so don't be afraid to ask.
You heard him. Stick with me and you'll have no problems.
I don't know if I'll
The
find
Fifth Banner promises
good
a change in the
teachers.
wind. It's
I
your
just-
job to fulfill that promise.
the training
All right.
area. You kind of
Dismissed.
teach yourself, and then you go out there and you hunt.
Mm-hmm. Over here.
Now I'll be using the same weapon type the entirety of the game. It makes it where I don't have to grind out a whole bunch of equipment. I was going to use the great sword. I'm decently proficient with it because longsword is the #1 weapon in the game. Like I said, it's #1 for a reason. It is incredibly awesome. But I decided that, I'd do a ranged weapon, and I
placed some
am most
basic gear for
proficient
you in
with
that
the
equipment
bow,
box.
although
Make sure
I
to choose a
can
weapon
do
that's-
light bow and heavy bow as well, or bow gun. So yeah. Yeah, we're going to switch to the Origin Helm. The Origin Helm has the Forger's Luck ability. Allows you
Wanna
to
get going?
gather more rare items. And what we're going to do now is we're going to
Once
turn
you're
off
ready,
the
head to the
headgear.
canteen. I'll be there waiting with a quest.
I'm going to
You can
turn
get more
off
familiar
the
with your weapons at the training
damage
area.
indicators
Just talk to the
and the
housekeeper to
control
get started.
guide. All right. And that would be all. Alright, and you can talk to the housekeeper. The housekeeper will offer several options later on. Right now, you'll have one option, and that is to go to the training area. And if this is your first Monster Hunter and your first time playing, I do recommend going there and just trying out all the weapons and see what feels right with you. At least spend 5 minutes with each weapon. Alright, so we left and we're getting this little cutscene with the field leader, and
Handlers
we're going
sort
to
through
go
the
right
research
back
commission's
in.
leads. And the ones they...
Alright, now the reason we went right back in is because the second option, claim add-ons and bonuses, was grayed out. Now we can claim our Fair Wind Charm, and this is going to give us a Divine Blessing and an attack power up. So we're going to equip it, and it will be a little bit stronger. And Divine Blessing is a defensive ability. What it does is every time you get hit, there's a chance for it to proc. There's 3 levels. At level 1, you can reduce the oncoming
Handlers
damage by
sort through the research
15%.
commission's leads.
Now I'm going
And the
to
ones they
just go
deem
over here
worth
to
our
these
attention
little
become quests.
exclamation points. Sometimes
Listen
they're
up.
quests, other times they're just additional lore.
Over here.
And he's just going to say, respect the animals, elder dragons, they are
Now
literal
that's
nature.
hunting.
I'll get into the lore. We'll spend a lot of time on the
What
field,
this world needs
and I'll be
is
running,
harmony.
gathering items and whatnot. I'm only going to show the story fights and the additional fights if it is like the first time I'm encountering a monster. So you'll get to see every monster, low rank and high rank. But yeah, everything else is going to be off screen. Now just showing the items. The only thing that we'll really be buying from there is the last item on the list currently, and that is the power coating for the bow. Alright, so we're going to go up to the canteen, and we're going to talk to the muscular chef, who tells us that we can come here and we can eat, and we can gain buffs before we go out to do any hunts, and we'll be doing that fairly often. And it is fairly important, especially if you're solo, once you get to the heart of content, to
Right on time.
to do all the side quests and gain all this stuff. But that is going to be just about it. We are already like 25 minutes in, and
What are we waiting for? The new world awaits.
yeah, so we're going to just leave off right here on this assignment quest, and when we return, we'll do Jackass of the